Don't you love when a YouTuber posts something? It's like, I can't do this anymore. This isn't working. It's like, it was such clickbait, but I got you to click. I baited you. Oh my gosh, is this YouTuber quitting YouTube? Like, what happened? Maybe I should have just watched more of their videos and then they wouldn't be saying, this isn't working. I can't do this anymore. It's my fault as the viewer that this tuber has gotten to this point. Here's the thing. I don't post on this channel consistently at all. And I haven't posted consistently since like spring of 2020. So it's been a while. I've posted intermittently since then. And those videos, it's like, one of those videos was like, I'm going to start posting more. I just never did. I made this channel way back in 2019, like September 2019. I was looking back. I was like, dang, was that long ago? That was like right at, so I hit 100,000 subscribers on the Frank James channel in August of 2019. And then I was like, I am now a legit YouTuber. I need to make a channel giving YouTube advice. I think every tuba out there wants to make a second channel in a sense, because I think maybe I'm just projecting. I feel like every YouTuber after a while starts to feel constrained by the niche that they're in on their main channel, and then they're like, man, I just want to make whatever I want. And some of them just do it on their main channel, but some of them realize like, I need to have some separation. You gotta keep them separated, if you will. So they make a second channel where they can just do whatever. Sometimes they make a second channel and also do a niche for that, which is what I did. And the thing was, I made this channel because I was like, the YouTube advice niche, telling you what to do to make good videos, to make it as a tuba. It was... I feel like they just say the same thing over and over again. Now, I'm not putting them down because they're usually on like the bleeding edge of what's coming out on YouTube. So if you are coming up as a YouTuber, it's good to like dip your foot into that niche every once in a while and see what they have to say, because they will give you the most current information, but there's not that much current information you need. So basically, once you've heard once you've watched one video in the YouTube advice niche, you've seen them all for at least the next 6 to 12 months. I was dissatisfied with that, because even now I still watch these YouTube advice videos that are clearly aimed at people who are just getting started, because I want to see, like, are they just going to say one sentence, one part of a phrase that's going to make me think, oh, I never thought of that before, maybe I should try that. Because I'm always trying to up my game on the main channel, you know what? You know what I'm saying? And I want to be aware of any new features or any changes to the algorithm or whatever. But anyway, I get bored with that niche so much. And I'm like, there's like the more abstract stuff. There's like the more motivational, the coaching, the creative part of it that's never talked about in that niche. Like that niche is all about like... pick a niche. What are you going to talk about? Just get an upload schedule, you see. It's all practical, logistical stuff. It's not about like, where do you find inspiration? And there were even technical things that I was like, talk about, like, get into the nitty gritty of the technical stuff, like audio, you know, making your audio better. Like the one tip that I feel like every tuber needs to know is put compression on your audio, and you will stand out in terms of audio from everyone else, because it's like no one does it. But it's just a simple way to make your voice sound smooth and buttery. So I was making some videos that were more practical like that, and I was making some videos that were a little more opinion based. The video that is done best on my channel, this channel, is should you hide your subscriber count or not, which now is irrelevant because I believe that YouTube has made it so you can no longer hide your subscriber count anyway. So thanks, YouTube, you took away the premise of my most popular video on my second channel. But anyway, I just kind of like got tired of it. Like I've just been dissatisfied. Like I've been making, and the thing is, you might be like, well, Frank, you used like a webcam. It was like terrible quality most of the time. And I was like, yeah, because I just wanted to I wanted to be like, info. It's about the info. Yeah, it looks bad. Get past it. Listen to what I'm saying. But I now humbly recognize that what I am saying is not that transcendent enough for people to be able to look at a bad image on a screen. So I have updated, you can see now I'm using my fanciest lens here, in part because it makes the mess behind me look less like a mess. So you're just like, oh, look at that eclectic arrangement of things behind him. I just wasn't happy with the videos I was making, and I felt like it wasn't reaching the audience that I thought it would reach. And I'm like, why, like, you all watching this second channel, you're not like aspiring YouTubers. You're just people who like you're not just, but you like my main content, and you're like, oh, what's Frank saying on this other channel? It's like, it's not really relevant to me, but I'll check it out to support him, which I appreciate. So I'm like, if I have the second channel, why am I I can't find the audience that I thought I wanted. They don't want it. They just want the stuff about, like, you've got to find a niche, John. Which is fine. Like, you can listen to the same thing over and over again and never get anywhere with your channel. That's great. Don't, Frank, you sound so bitter right now. I've been wanting to make content for a second channel, even if it's just talking to a camera. I don't want to make YouTube advice videos anymore because I have to try too hard, and I don't want to try on the second channel. You know what I mean? I just want to post stuff and not care about what happens. It's hard. You always care at some point, and it's like, I don't want to waste a bunch of time making a thumbnail. I don't want to waste a bunch of time editing for a second channel where it's really just kind of a passion project. And even with the YouTube advice stuff, even if I'm like, this is bomb advice, this is fire advice, yo, I didn't want to spend the time to package it well so that people would click, and I don't have the energy for it, as you can tell from having posted like 2 videos in the last 2 years. And I just keep thinking, I hate loose ends. I don't like just leaving this channel out there and people wondering, like, Frank, what are you doing with this? Things are gonna change around here, and I don't know, like, I don't really know exactly how I'm gonna do it, because in some ways, I think at the very least, this second channel could be like a behind the scenes, or like, you think of Good Mythical More with Good Mythical Morning. It's like very tied into my main channel. Because one thing I definitely want to do is do a studio tour and like show you my gear and show you the process. Like, those are kind of videos that are like about YouTube. But you don't have to want to be a YouTuber to be interested in it. It's just like, if you like my channel, maybe you're interested to see how I make the videos. Okay, there you go, behind the scenes. Or it's like, here's, the writing process. Here's what goes into a script. Here's my thoughts behind it. So it's less about like, I'm trying to teach someone out in the ether how to be a tuba, but I'm just showing you, if you want to see it as a viewer of the main channel, what goes on behind the scenes, because it could be interesting. But I have ideas for other videos I want to make, and I don't know if I'll put it on this channel or if I'll make a third channel, because in my hubris to assume that everyone just wants to hear every thought that goes through my head. I think the other thing is, if I'm being honest with you, with this channel about YouTube advice, I made it when I was like on the up and up. I had just hit 100,000. I was consistently pulling more views than subscribers. The channel was growing consistently, and when I stopped posting in 2020, it was still going up, and the channel has my main channel's kind of plateaued. Like, this isn't like red alert time, but it's like, it's not growing at the rate that it was before. And there are just times where a channel, well, there are cycles, but then there are also times where it's just like, hey, your channel's topped out with in its current iteration, you know what I mean? And I think that kind of has bothered me for a while, where it's like, why should I be giving advice to people when it's like, I can barely figure out what I'm doing on my main channel? Because I get tough on myself if it's not just like gangbusters all the time, Yeah, the thing about YouTube is, because it goes in those cycles, there's those ups and downs, and it's not necessarily predictable. And if you're reactive like me, where you're just like, this is the end of the world when things are bad, and when things are good, you're like, okay, when's the other shoe gonna drop? And it's the end of the world. It can be a little bit draining emotionally. So yeah, I kind of just felt like a fraud when I would come on here and or when I would think about, here's a video I can make to teach people about YouTube. Oh boy, what happened with the camera? Sorry folks, that was a technical difficulty. The camera shuts off when I go on too long about something. But basically, I think what I was trying to say is that there's always people you can teach, no matter how far along you are or not on your journey. There's always people behind you that you can teach, you know? And it's like, I've got 1 million subscribers on the main channel. It's not like I'm a beginner myself trying to teach it. But I think the other thing was just this level of anxiety where it's like, even now, it's like anytime I'm not working on the main channel, I'm like, I should be working on a video. I should be doing something. I just was like, why should I bother with this second channel, because I'm not that interested in it and it's taking time away from the stuff that I need to make for my job. And you see what I mean? So all that has come together, if you will, to make it so that I can't do this anymore. Wait, is that the title of this video? This isn't working. The future of this channel, you see, is gonna basically be behind the scenes, and maybe I'll do some more just talking head videos about whatever's going on in my life. Because I know a lot of people are like, Frank, your old videos where you just talked like this were better. Which hurts my feelings, you see, because because I really prefer the videos I make now. I get what you mean, though. It's like, this is YouTube. Some guy talking to you about what's going through his head, not worrying about, is this going to get views or not? You know, there's just it's tough. It's a tough balance. That's a whole nother video that I'll talk about. But anyway, maybe I'll do that on here. Maybe I'll make a third channel, because I am interested in doing that. There are all kinds of ideas I have for other channels. I want to, I like cooking. I want to make a cooking channel. It's a bad idea. The niche is crowded. Don't do it. Here's my YouTube advice for this video. Don't get into a crowded niche. Do what I did a few years ago. Find a niche that is totally nascent, totally embryonic, which is what the MBTI niche was and still is now. But cooking, it's crowded. It would be extremely difficult to get into it. But then like dad stuff. I'm a dad now. My life is totally different also from 2019. I just have a lot of other things to talk about, and so expect from this channel, it's gonna get another rebrand. Creator Accelerators, which is a terrible name. I was forcing it. I'll probably just call this like Frank James 2, Frank James Jr., Frank James for Kids. All the old videos are going to go unlisted probably, because why keep them? Why? I don't want the algorithm to keep suggesting it to people, but the videos will still be up in a playlist somewhere you can watch if you want to go back and relive the glory days of the College of Tuba Studies. Honestly, I don't know the next time I'm going to post again, but I hate loose ends, so I'm not gonna just let this channel flounder out there, and I hate deleting things too, so I'm not gonna delete this channel. So something's gonna happen at some point, and it's gonna be different, and it's gonna be something that is maybe more relevant to those of you who are watching right now. So yeah, stay tuned for behind the scenes, and when I post that, then I'll do like the rebrand and everything. Take care, have a great day, bye.